So last month, sci-fi and fantasy author Tommy Lee Sexton provided his top 10 book recs. This month, I'm continuing the trend of bringing back previously interviewed authors to guest host the book rec segment. And for December, we're getting a little bit of summer and winter as I invite back Winifred Summer to provide her recommended reads.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Winifred Summer, also known as the HR darling HR professional that you can talk to about what's going on in the workforce. And today I'm super excited to talk to you about a book that I'm reading right now and that I am absolutely loving. I'm not going to keep you for too long, but today I want to talk to you about a very, very popular book. Wait for it. I am currently reading The E-Myth Revisited: Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About It by Michael E. Gerber. So I picked up this book like a lot of people pick it up after it's been recommended by a popular influencer or somebody that I stumble across on YouTube or other people that I know who are entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs. The E-Myth just comes up a lot. And so I finally caved and said, you know what? I am going to get this book. But I actually have had this book for years. And I am on my second time reading this book. The first time I read the book, I wasn't really necessarily serious about getting into business, but I was just curious about the book and why it was so hyped. And I remember reading it, and I would start and I would stop and I would start and I would stop. And I realize now, reading it a second time, it's just because I wasn't in the mental space to where I was really serious. So I want to start by saying I recommend this book for people who are seriously considering going into business of some sort, or people who are already in business. So when I started reading this book the second time around, I had started to try a couple of different things, certain skills that I have, trying to use my expertise to earn additional income. And I've been, a little successful. I've been able to, make a few waves here and there. It's very up and down, not very consistent. But with the experience that I've had, some of the successes and some of the failures, I found that when I read this book the second time, I felt like this was literally a book with pages out of my own life. So it starts out talking about the many mistakes that entrepreneurs make. And so when it says why most small businesses don't work, it literally spends many chapters going through play by play with multiple different examples of why certain small businesses don't work. For example, if you're good at something or if you're known for something, it only makes sense for you to think that light bulb, this is a business that I need to start. So an example is used of a baker who decides to go into business baking pies. People love her pies, they rave about it. She has regulars as far as customers and says, you know what, I'm going to start this baking business. I'm going to have a bakery and XYZ. It seems pretty straightforward. It seems very obvious, right? That's the right thing to do. But what a lot of people don't think about, and I'm not going to tell you everything because I want you to read this book. But what it talks about is the importance of the different roles of the people within your business. And yes, people, plural, within your business. And I know that there are a lot of solopreneurs out there who want to do everything themselves, who maybe can kind of do everything themselves and juggle and thug it out. But for the long game, it's really not the way to go. So this book breaks down the different type of people that you need in your business, the things that you need to learn, because a lot of it is taking the time to educate yourself. Sometimes we think we can just rely on our own skills and abilities to pull us through all the way to the top of the mountain, but oftentimes that's not the case. Oftentimes it's not just enough to be talented or to be gifted. You got to know business. And so I just wanted to take the time to talk about The E-Myth. For me, it has been a life-changing book. Several light bulbs have gone off above my head. And I really hope that if you are considering business, seriously considering business, if you've already begun working for yourself or trying to work for yourself or side hustling, as many people like to call it, I hope that this is something that you seriously give a try. Michael E. Gerber is a big deal, called one of the world's #1 small business gurus. It is very clear that he knows his stuff and he is not gatekeeping. So I hope in this short couple of minutes, I've given you another reason, because I'm pretty sure you've probably heard of this book before. I hope I've given you another reason to check it out, and let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts and let me know if the book was helpful. Again, my name is Winifred Summer, also known as the HR Darling. And thank you so much for your time. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to hop onto this platform. If you want to learn more about me, check me out at www.winifredsummer.com. I'm an HR professional. I'm an author. I do a little speaking. So check me out, and I hope to hear from you soon. Peace.